Hello, good morning, and welcome to What's Up Universe for Friday. What is it? April the 12th already. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh. I know I certainly can't. And my gosh, all I can say is time flies when you're having fun, right? If only it has been fun. What a week it's been. It's been definitely challenging, energetically, lots of processing, lots of integrating. That eclipse really uh, played its harp on all of us. It played its role very perfectly, and I've really, I've just been looking at really flowing, being present, and just knowing that there's so much going on behind the scenes, um, based on, I try not to judge anything that's happening or playing out, or even how I've been feeling, because it certainly has been changing from moment to moment, day to day, very quickly. We are definitely in a rapid fire energy, of course, being in Aries, but there's like rapid fire in the sense that we are being placed to act upon what inspires us, what our heart is really urging us to do, and knowing that we've got the full support of the heavens, the full support of the universe, all the powers that be are helping and supporting all of those initiated changes that we are making. And initiated changes, I want to say, are those inspiring changes where, the eclipse really showed us what was not only maybe it needed to was unhealed and needed to be processed and move forward through or let go of, but also really put us on path, or really directing us with this life force energy now that is completely aligned with what it is, our soul is here to do. We're realigned, we'll say realigned with our soul's purpose. And so we're integrating a lot of those changes. Like I said, they're changes that are taking place on every single level inside of us. So the key is to really just flow, go easy, try not to judge anything that's occurring or happening, and just really honoring whatever's coming up for you. And it certainly has been, of course, how I've been rolling through this past week as well. So it definitely, like I said, it definitely doesn't mean that it's been easy, because our egos are a little bit fluffled in the scope of it. But when we're really being encouraged to act, of course, with the to act upon, the things that we desire, to take action, to take the steps, to make the changes, to have the conversations, to initiate, and be a part of the co-creative process in what we're looking to, bring into fruition for our lives. So as I said, been a very profound opportunity. Now, again, when we look at 2024, the first 3 months, like, from January to March, they certainly haven't been easy. And April's energy is really the changeover point for us. And so, this changeover point, again, everything, it's such an important part to ask. Everything, our life is feeling different, and our life will continue to be different and for the better, as long as we are consciously making the choices to move out of old ways of speaking and acting, moving out of the frustrations and the regrets and the woundings and the ego based, perceptions of what is taking place. So we really need to be very cognizant of this and be very engaged with the choices that we're making. Everything is about up leveling. Everything from this point forward is really what the magic and wonder and beauty of this universal year is all about, where there's great magic and manifestation and miracles and things really upshifting. But we have to make sure that recognize that we're at this stage where we have to be willing to change. We have to be at the stage where we're willing to put the effort in to become diligent, to become more disciplined and more practiced and more considerate of how we're approaching everything in our life. And that includes even our businesses, the readings we're doing, how we're working with spirit, etc. So there's so much that is being accelerated and brought in, because again, as I said, we are we are realigned with our soul's purpose. So our life mission may seem a little bit clearer or more direct now than maybe what it's ever been before. And when I say it's clearer, I don't necessarily mean by the mind conceptualizing what it's going to look like. What I mean by this is in how we feel, how the energy is flowing through us, the elevated sense of frequency, of vibration. All of that is a part of what we need to pay attention to, or really recognize in the awareness of, because that is the sign. That is the sign. When it feels good, it means it's good. And this is really big energies that are helping us to become more conscientious, moment to moment, as I said, day to day, hour by hour sometimes, but having us to really consider our thoughts, consider our actions, and no longer be living our lives on autopilot, or in terms of what have been the maybe aspects of fear base, or and fear base covers pretty much the masses of everything, but really the fear base of being who we are in the world, starting the businesses, doing the readings, coming out of the woo woo closet, whatever that is, because we're soul aligned. We're not just so aligned, we are soul aligned. And so the invitations are for us to be more direct, more forthcoming, more honest, more authentic with our greater truth. And so, this is what I've really noticed over this last week, is that when we think about speaking truth, or we think about being honest, or we think about, there's just a difference in how I'm able to relate to people, whether that be my husband, whether that be my kiddos, whether that even be my clients. I just am really noticing a real heart space, or a real opening, even more open hearted, I guess, in those conversations, even though it's still me. It's just I'm feeling such a deeper resonance, or deeper scope of that love, of that non-judgment, that's directing my speech, or directing my opinion, or directing my perspective, or directing being able to speak to what it is that I need, or what I require, or what's important to me, in a way that, and it's not like I wasn't doing that before. I certainly was. But I think that even when I look back in terms of what's played out for me over this last month, where I was really, really, really ill, and then I lost my voice, and I wasn't able to, all of that has been a part of which I'm understanding, where there isn't anything that's being suppressed anymore, and there isn't anything that's being expressed. I don't want to say anything, because that's putting judgment, like I'm just in perfection, but I'm definitely not. But I want to say that that deeper truth, that speaking from the heart, that being centered, being attentive, being aware of the impact that not only my people's actions might have in terms of their own wounding, but more importantly, being very conscientious of how my words affect other people, in how I'm communicating. I mean, thank you, Mercury, but it's also this deeper scope of just being so much more heart open than what I've ever been before. And I know I'm not describing it very well, but because it's a feeling, and it's an energy, and it's an experience, it can be really hard to articulate or put into words. However, that being said, like what I'm experiencing, I'm sure you're experiencing, where you're just feeling more of the soul that you are, the light that you are, that is guiding or leading your life in a way perhaps that you haven't experienced before. And that's really what all of this eclipse has been about. It's helping us to accelerate in terms of what is our soul's purpose, as well as really make the changes within the physical aspects of our life, physical body, physical environments, everything in turn, our physical relationships, making all of those substance of change in order to bring about, of course, those results that we're looking to create, to experience in this life. So we're really we're really in a place where that choice that choice that we're making, all of the behaviors, all of our words, everything is really supporting what is fuller potentials. And so any of our, old ways of living, the ways that, the excuses, the reasons, the reactions of things have really shifted and help. And the invitations are for us to really take charge, to really be conscientious, to really understand here again that in order to express our fullest potentials or our greatest potentials in this life, whether that be through our very human condition or whether that be even as mediums, that we need to really recognize that we have that we our ability, our power to direct and fulfill what are those sacred contracts that we hold deep within us. So I love it. It's like higher awareness, greater clarity, this beautiful energy that's saying, go for it, you've got this. And the ego's going, I'm a little freaking out here and and I'm not sure. And then the angel inside goes, no, you're going to be okay, ego. You're going to be okay, little one. You're going to be okay. And you're going to everything is coming into fruition. So I love it because this energy, as I said, we're invited to stay with it. Life is evolving. We're coming into alignment again with stronger energies that are really going to have us to be more authentic, to do things our own unique way. There is a greater sense of liberations or freedom in terms of how we feel. And even though it might feel sometimes like that pressure is building up, so to speak, that pressure, what I love about that feeling of pressure, really is the accelerator for so many things. So again, we're looking at so much in terms of our desires, the energy supporting us the expansion of our light, the expansion of love in our relationships, the expansion of what is soul's purpose in this lifetime. Everything is coming into just this beautiful frequency that's really, I want to say where life really shifts not only on a personal level, but I want to say even we're going to probably see that even on a collective level as well. So it's a really beautiful space that we're in at this time. So everything is about change. It is about change that is creating momentum forward for us. It is transformation. There's so much clearing up, so many decisions we're making, so many things that have stirred over this last month that now are connecting us to our higher guidance, to our soul's purpose. And wherever we've maybe felt foggy or confused about something, we've got clarity. So it's, sometimes when we look at clarity, when we get the clarity, again, it's the action phase of that clarity, how we implement it, how we initiate the change, how we plant it into the universe. And so some of that sometimes is just simply the awareness of the change. It is in the moment of saying, I know exactly what decision I have to make here. I know exactly what conversation needs to be shared. Even that awareness and that knowing is already initiating the change. And then we follow based on when we take action, when it feels right, when it feels best, when everything's aligned and heaven is in, of course, is in supporting all of that. So we have the beautiful gift of working with our spiritual allies in order to bring that into greater clarity, focus, and heartfelt intention. So I love that we get it. Now, that's on a personal level. So much moving through, cleaning up everything, aligning with soul's purpose, which means that our relationship with the non-physical world continues to increase. Everything is about expansion. So everything is expanding. Everything is expanding, which means that there can be some maybe leftover feelings of doubt, of insecurities. You might be really questioning if you're a medium, questioning the experiences you're having. So there can be a lot that's getting ruffled within. Again, this is coming up because it's being processed, because it's being let go of, because this is no longer longer a way of resonance with the new frequencies and energies that are at play. So that's all getting shuffled up inside of us, where we're now being in expansion, which as it's falling away, we become clearer and clearer in terms of our communication and connection with the other side. And with the flow, that cohesive flow of or transmissions of energies, of information, of the messages flowing between the physical and non-physical worlds. And so this is, my sweet friends, is the new normal. So we are going to continue to drop and shed and raise, drop and shed and raise in experience, in presence, and in what is our alignment or connection with the non-physical world. So anywhere that you can take advantage of utilizing your woo-woo for your life, for yourself, for your clients, for your friends, whatever it is, I just really want to encourage you to just really let go of any inhibitions or any doubts or those insecurities. Let that go, because we are so powerfully supported through this current that's taking place and in moving forward. So there's acceleration of connection, which you might find as you're doing readings, even as you're working the 3I process. You might find instantaneous connections, instantaneous information coming in, dropping in. You haven't even asked, or you haven't even, I know for myself, I've barely formed a question in my mind for my guides, or a question on behalf of my clients, and the information's already coming in. It's almost like I'm just getting interrupted with what is looking to be expressed or come through. So it's really, really, like I said, really cohesive, very synchronized or in sync between the physical and non-physical worlds right now. And again, more and more, and it's again not to downplay. I mean, as mediums, of course, and you hear me talk about this all the time, it's more than just talking to those loved ones who are crossed. It's more than just talking to the dead, or to those individuals in whom we've shared our human life with. This is really, this accelerated energy, this alignment or attunement is really putting us into connection with higher beings of light, with our angels, with our guides, with the masters, with the so pay attention, because the signs are going to be showing up now. Numbers, of course, being a really, really powerful way that our guides begin to initiate contact, and it's showing us, the repetition of numbers, the 11s, the 22s, all the master numbers, the 33s, all of those numbers in repetition, or it might even be a combination thereof. Really pay attention, because there is an increase of activity with our higher beings, or with our spiritual guidance, in a way that I'm going to say more predominant than maybe what we've experienced before. I know several of people who are doing trainings with me are talking about how easy the connection is, how profound the messages are that are coming in, how deep the messages are going. Like, there's been such a massive shift. So when we look in terms of how we are serving, we may not be noticing something in our conscious reality. We might not be noticing anything in terms of our own relationship, even with our loved ones or spirit guides. However, when we're looking at even doing this for other people, the flow and the depth and the meaning behind and the purpose behind the messages are deeply, deeply profound and poignant. And so it's beautiful. And it's beautiful and it's amazing. And I think, again, every single day, how lucky we are to be mediums and to do this very, very holy, blessed work in the world. And so this is really in knowing, one, as I said, how the universe is supporting, how we've got so much. This is really a time where stepping forward, becoming open and honest and truthful and authentic and real in terms of this greater truth. The fact that you do believe in angels, the fact that you do believe in life after death, that you do believe, because the voice of the few is needed to support and help the many, if you understand that. So again, they're saying the voice of what feels like a small group of people or a small amount of voices are the ones that have the way or a means in which to help the greater collective in their suffering in at this time. And so this is really a time where we need to, take action in whatever action looks like. So you're going to see even reigniting what might be old, maybe projects, or reigniting a passion for doing this work, reigniting even maybe looking at, maybe what you've offered, if you've had another program or a course or a service or something. It's like you're wanting to pull it up, rework it, cleanse, like it's almost like cleanse it up, bring it into the new frequencies and energies and get it out there again. And so there's just so much. I'm looking up here several times because I have on my deck, and I keep seeing the number 44, 44, 44 showing up in all kinds of ways. And there it is in one of my books. I'm like, wow, there it is again. So there's that number of the angels and of the great masters coming forward and through, double digiting me and saying, yeah, keep talking about us, keep talking. So it's just a really wonderful time. So there's an acceleration and expansion, and a cohesiveness between the physical and non-physical worlds. This means that anything we can do to further support our subtle body system, doing our alignments within our energy centers, doing whatever we can do to shift our frequency, raise our vibes, all of the practices, those good practices that you have in place. This is asking, April's going to ask all of us, and is right now as this changeover of energy is happening after the eclipse, to become much more diligent, much more dedicated, much more devoted than what we've ever been before. And that increase of intentional focus and dedication and devotion is really going to help to further bolster what is our soul's purpose, bolster the very things that we're looking to make manifest and bring into form. It's the very things, as we begin to invite and bring in the help of the non-physical world. As I said, whether you're doing readings for yourself or you're doing it for for other people, remember to bring it in for yourself too, because we can as be so concentrated in our intention of serving or helping others, we forget that this is our gift. This is the gift that was given to us, the gift that was given to us so that we could receive the help, the support, the guidance, have the connection, the love, everything we required in order to live our lives and express our authentic truth. And so bring it in for you and then turn it around. Every time we turn it around in service thereof, it becomes more potent and more impactful in terms of potentials and possibilities. So we are in this beautiful, beautiful time. If there's always, I'm going to say, it's always a great time to set intentions. And if you had intentions prior to the eclipse, now looking at those intentions, I really encourage you to speak them out loud, affirm them over and over, bring them into present moment, and keep the intentions that you created in the mix of all of this energy. It's like wording, re-scripting, re-articulating, creates even more power and more influence of the potentials and possibilities within life. And it's such an important time to be doing that. So anything you can do to continue to express that is going to really help to not only increase the rate of return, or I'm going to say the rate of where things come into fruition, but is also going to invoke and call in those higher beings, your spiritual guidance, your beautiful team to rally in support and action within what is the scope of the light and the frequencies and the universal magic that can take place. So whatever it is you're looking to create, beautiful, potent time to really begin to speak in it into reality, speak over it time and time again, and imprint that within the frequency of your voice, the tone, the desire, the longing, the beautiful symphony of sound that comes from deep inside your own soul. So let it be rejoiced and let it be voiced this week, sweet friends. All right, everybody. God bless. Have a great one. Bye bye for now.